Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is a collaboration with Sweet Ray of Sunshine. We chose from a box, my mystery box. Thank you, Creepy, for the new name. And we chose Epoxy Resin, Nature, and Amethyst. Now, they are loosely just ideas to work from. And we haven't talked to each other about what the ideas are that we're making, just so we can see what new ideas we can make from the same titles and how different they're going to be. Well, me being me, I like to throw the kitchen sink at things. So, yes, I have used epoxy resin, but I've also chucked loads of other things in. And my nature is still nature, but it's fantasy nature. So, the base I have with the little crystals at the side was a mess from a previous make that I made into like a path. And I knew I'd use it one day. I didn't know how I'd use it, but I knew I would. And the tower I'm going to make, which is in my hand right now, is made up of little cardboard tubes, ribbon tubes, and Das clay. Uh, and Das clay is amazing. It's so versatile, and it makes your hands feel lovely. I finished making up the tower and made a little path. I ended up taking the steps off. Sorry, I didn't take the steps off. The steps fell off because I dropped the blooming thing. My hands aren't great. I put purple and white alcohol inks into my resin, and it's 1:1. I'd already had my A and B on the heat mat to try and get it bubble free, and it's lovely. And the purple and white's to make like an amethyst colour. And I've got an ice cube tray and some crystal moulds because I'm going to add a diamond shape to the top as a roof, and the crystals will be popping around. Now, I didn't use all these crystals, and I didn't fill all these crystals, but I thought if I filled it up, then nothing would fall over, and it worked a treat doing this. I did try some of that gardener's foam, greenhouse foam, no, florist foam, that's it, but it kept leaving green bits everywhere, and it just wouldn't work. But this has worked brilliant. I had to use the stick to get the resin in because pouring it was just a non-starter. I couldn't get into the holes. I did try, but it just didn't work. So it takes me a while to actually get the resin in to where I need it to be. But yeah, it did work, and I used this to pour some bits in. I didn't want full pieces, so I just filled up the holes to try and get more crystals. And of course, I'm making a mess as usual. And I wanted it a little bit darker just to top that one up. It'd been sat there a while, and I wanted to see if it'd mix, but not too much, because I had actually left it a while, and I just wanted to see if it'd work. And it did look nice. It looked really nice. And they're all sparklingly clean. What am I on? Clear. But you can see I've still got some resin left, and I'm like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? So I'm just filling up as much as I can, and then topping up my other bits. I just wanted different sort of shape crystals. And like I said, not all of them were used. A lot of them will be put into other projects. Because, again, I don't throw anything away. Some of these did stick together, but they were fine. I just chopped them up. And this is where I'm thinking, oh God, I've got too much left. I'm just going to have to fill it up now. Fill it up, stuff it. But yeah, and then leave it a little while for them just to degas, and then whack them on my heat mat to finish off, and then hopefully clean up my mess, because, well, I'm a tramp. This is a 3D printed Falcor from the film Neverending Story, but I wanted to make him. He is a dragon. He's a wish dragon or something like that, but I wanted wings. And this is where I found out this resin is absolutely pants. So, yeah, I put some in the cup. Um, I think I needed quite a bit, or at least I thought I did. And I made the wings the amethyst type colour again. And oh my god, it was awful. The wings are awful. I should have just done epoxy resin and be done with it. And I did it in thin layers. I think I got rid of the, yeah, used a lighter to get rid of thingies, bubbles, thingies. Oi, oi, oi. And I made sure I got my stick into all the little points, and then bubbled it again. Debubbled, not bubbled. I'm trying to make sure it's all done. But I started UV resin in it, yeah, UV light in it, and you could see it was bubbly, and I don't know what goes off with it. It's absolutely awful. You can't put anything in it. It's terrible. But eventually, I got them to sort of cure, and yeah, they don't look too great. And I did put one of the wings on upside down because it wouldn't fit any other way, because it hadn't come out properly. And this is where I'm trying to get it to stick down. And UV resin is not a good idea on fresh paint. And again, this stuff was awful. The wings I fell off a couple of times, but I finally used a really good glue, and that's made them stick really good. And I kept catching the camera, and I do apologise about that. But I'm going to leave you to watch. See, wings fell off. I'm going to leave you to watch this with some music, and I'll come back later. So I've got the lights in eventually and made a little like doorway to put the box in, and I've used some sticky tabs to make sure it stays in. Sorry, I got the camera again. And I'm putting a dirty wash on the tower itself. I've cut out the holes for the windows, and I've had to shift my water because I keep knocking the camera, like I've said. The fan's on because it's absolutely red hot. Can't stand it. It's too hot for me. And I don't want it too dark, this castle. I want it just to look a little bit weathered, a little bit worn. I've made a little like cross in the wall so you can see through that, and I've put on some fake grass. I can't remember what it's called, that stuff. But I need more of a wash, dirty colour wash. So I'll go over with another colour, making it look, like I said, more weathered. The battery pack is able to come out. You just give it a big pull, but not too much, otherwise you break the cable. And this is one window. No, that's not a window. Is it a window? Oh, I can't remember what it is now. It's been a while since I did this. It just took me till now to do the voiceover. It's been, like I said, a while. This is a wooden doorway, so obviously it needs to be brown for wood. It's supposed to look like it's been grown around it, and then I have to do the door at the front. You have to excuse me, my voice is going. And I make the grass a little muddy looking. But as for painting, it doesn't need a lot because, like I said before, the bottom, the base, the crystals had already painted, and the stoneware didn't need to be too much. Just a light wash and that's it, done. But I have to put on some more crystals, and I've got to glue the dragon on before it's finished. But I like how the mystery box works because it really makes you think about what you want to do. And if other people do it at the same time, it's like the ideas that people can come up with separate to your own and make their own beautiful pieces. It's brilliant. Well, I think it is anyway, because we all have our own ideas and we all have our own ways of doing things. So here's my dragon, and I'm putting down some more crystals, and I had to UV light them so they stayed upright and stayed in, and I used a heck of a lot of UV, which is not a bad thing because I'm trying to get rid of it. Like I said, it's awful. Don't look at the bottle title because that's not the resin that's in there. I'm just using the bottle. But I will be using that stuff again. The one that's the actual bottle resin, because it's a lot better. I'm never going to buy this one again. But as you can see, I'm putting a lot down just to try and get everything to stay in one place. I don't use all my crystals because there's not enough room. And I kind of had to think about where I was putting my dragon. And I've just noticed one of my hairs is attached to it. But it's gone later. I'll pull it off later. I must do because it's not there now. The crystal when the light's on looks really nice, really bright. So yeah, oh, I did it again, not the camera. I'm trying to do a different angle so people can see what I'm actually doing. I'm struggling with angles and light because I've shifted my desk and it's not a great place to be. I'm getting the light from everywhere, but not in the right way, if that makes sense. So I'm getting far too many shadows and glares. I might have to shift again. I don't know. It takes a blooming long time because I've got that much stuff. It's mad. It's because I don't throw it away. I've even got a rubbish drawer. But yeah, I UV resined the dragon to the that thing, on top. Oh my god, diamond, diamond. There we go. The roof. I should have just said roof in first place, and made sure his tail stuck too, so that he didn't get knocked off. And I'd already glittered his wings, and yeah, again making sure he's well and truly stuck. And he is. He's not budging. He looks cute, and I did kind of have to fill that hole in because I've had this dragon a while. I printed him off a long time ago. But I didn't know what to do with him. Well, he came in handy, and I'd had him on a stick so I could paint him. So that's what the hole is at the bottom. But I cover that up eventually because it just looks unsightly. Looks like he's trying to pee on things. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I decided to show you it done. And yeah, lit up, hopefully. I'll shift everything out of the way as usual. There it is, all done. Oh, I put a little bead on the top. I don't know why I did that, but it did look nice. And I made a little sign on the side and finished it, glossed it all over. And then, oops, sorry about the flashing. But yeah, there's the light. It's so pretty. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I shall show you some pictures. And I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out Sweet Ray of Sunshine. Thank you. Bye.